Hello everybody and welcome back to Saber Outdoors. I'm Mark Alexander, your host, your wonderful person who's going to take you through this particular adventure. So today we are going to go inside of the store, this local thrift shop in my area. We're going to go see if we can get enough stuff to go for an overnight camping trip. I may not film that camping trip today, but I'm going to film it with whatever I find in there. So hopefully we find something for shelter. Hopefully we can find something cut wood. Hopefully I can find some way to get food and some way to keep myself warm, because it's still not quite warm outside. So hopefully I can find something to keep myself off the ground and warm. But we're gonna see what we can get into. Hopefully there's not too much problem inside. There's a lot of people here, so I'm not going to film inside. I want to respect their privacy, and also I've not asked this business if I am allowed to film, and I want to be respectful of that as well. So I guess all there is to do is to go do it. We'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, so we have made it back to the house. Of course, like I said before, I didn't show anything inside. Wanted to respect the privacy of others and the store's filming policy. So I've got behind me the things that I bought. So there's only one thing that I didn't buy at the store, and I want to tell you about it just for honesty and transparency. I bought 8 of these spikes from my local hardware store. Now, they are to peg my shelter down, simply because could I have bought enough things there? Yes. Could I make pegs? Yes. But this is easier, and I did want to give that that one exception. So let's get into what I have behind me, because I have a bunch of stuff. So first off, a couple of small items. Lighter, $1. Little paracord. It was only $2-3. They were kind of in just a bin, so the price isn't on them. All the other items, the price is on them, so I'll be able to like show you the price so that you can kind of see how much this might end up being for you if you decide to do this yourself. So I'm just going to kind of work from this side on around, because I'm kind of sitting in the middle of a pile of stuff. So the first thing is basically a vanity item that I just saw, and I was like, that's cool. I want that so that I can go do fun stuff with it. So these are a couple of throwing tomahawks, and they come with a sheath. And I was like, you know, I'll need something to do while I'm out, so I can just shoom. And then if I've got a young friend, I'll be like, hey, kid, go get those. But I saw those, and I was just like, that's cool. I'm going to own those. Let me get them back in the sheath. And you can see right there, $15. So they weren't terribly expensive, and if I ruin them, it's $15, guys. You can make $15 in an hour at a really nice job. So next thing, they had an entire fishing kit. My guys, and look at that price. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. $25. I have rod, reel, tackle, and I've got like a little minnow net. Why I have a minnow net, I don't really know. Let's open her up and give them a look real quick. Minnow net. Probably won't use that. It's a telescopic rod. Oh, big sad, big sad. We have got a problem. our rod's completely busted. So we may have to do a little bit of engineering. We do have a reel. Now let's see if there's line inside of it. There is some line in it, not a lot. Yeah, guys, didn't take it out of the package. I thought it was a little 2-piece rod. That's why I saw that other part, 2 or 3-piece rod. But I'll show you something we can do with this later, as I'm trying to put it back together. 1 second. So we'll see what we can do with this, because there is definitely something we can hack together with this. All right, guys. Sorry for the long deal. Just took me a little while to get that back in. Okay, on with the show. Now, we have a King Camp sleeping pad. I was like, wow, a sleeping pad. You mean I won't have to be on the ground where, you know, the cold air will like suck the body heat off of me? I was like, that's cool. But I picked this up, and it is, if I can get it up here right, $18. I found this in kind of an odd spot, but I was like, great. I won't have to be on the ground. Which, if it's like now where it's kind of in between, it's not really hot or cold, it's just right. And I'm not looking forward to summer. You want to be off the ground, because the ground's going to pull the heat away from you, which is great during the summer when it's blazing hot, but right now, it's just going to freeze you to death. And to go along with that, I have a sleeping bag. Found me an actual legit sleeping bag. The label's trying to fall off, but there it is. I'm not sure if you can read that. $20 for a good sleeping bag. And open her up. It is green, so if you care what color it is. I don't know what this is, but it was inside of it, so I'm gonna check and see what it is. Oh, that's cool. It comes with its own sleeping thing. So I've got 2 sleeping pads. I might bring a friend. That is so cool. Let me get her wrapped back up. But that is so cool. Hopefully this holds air. If it does, I'm going to bring a buddy with me. Maybe. All right, let's get that back in its little bag. That's cool. We'll leave that till last. I've got a griddle. I have a $15 little griddle. Let's pull it out of the package, see what it looks like. Well, of course, I know what it looks like, but you all don't. So, wrapped in bubble wrap. So that is great, because that's probably 12, 15 inches wide. Now, as you can see, it's got just a little bit of almost like a plate. But it has these ends on it, so you could like set it on a couple of logs and cook over it. And that should be a mean machine on quite a lot of things. It says it's made in Korea. I'm sure that is South Korea, because we don't exactly like the North. But it comes in its little carrying case. And that's pretty cool. That should be good enough for us to make a meal of some variety. Tarps. I got 2 tarps. And These are $5 a piece. Not sure if you can see it or not, but they are 6x8 grizzly tarps. Sounds so tough, and I feel like these are going to be so flimsy. But it says true 8x8 weave. Don't know what that means. It says it's got grommets every 3 feet, so I imagine that means the 6 foot length has a grommet, a middle, a grommet at the end, and the 8 foot's probably about like that. It's a grommet, 1, 2, a grommet. But I bought 2 of these so that I could have for sure enough room, and for $5 a pop, even if these are bad, you know, if I use them for an overnight and I ruin them, it's $10, guys. It's probably less than if you like rented a camping spot for the night. Our cutting device, because while these are going to be fun, I probably won't be cutting any wood with these. So cutting device, we have a parang. Now a parang, it's like a first cousin to a machete. The only big difference is the blade is curved, usually shorter and wider, and it has this section here, which doesn't have any sharpening whatsoever. That way you can get up and really do some fine work with it. And these are commonly used in places that are harvesting like cane, or if they're working in bamboo or stuff. I'm not sold on this grip. This grip is really odd to me, but it does appear from the outside that this blade goes significantly far into this grip. And I'm fairly sure that me using it's not going to immediately just shatter it to pieces. But made in China, so it's probably not that great. A lot stiffer than that machete that I tested not too long ago. But they had this on sale for $5. For $5, I couldn't leave it. $5? I wish these were $5. If these were $5, I'd have bought 3 of them. That way I could zoom. But this sheath, the way these are designed and the way this is made, the point is like right there. So this sheath actually will last a little while. And unlike the sheath that I got with the machete, this has not really a plastic lining, but it's like a tough layer underneath this neoprene on the outside. So this sheath actually will last you for a little while. So I'm actually going to keep and use this sheath, unlike the machete, which I went whoop and just threw to the side, and it sits in the back of my truck to this day. But the last thing to review, or the last thing to show you, where are we going to keep all this stuff? They had a really nice backpack, and I was begrudging to buy it, but I'm like, I can use this over and over and over again. So I relented. So this is a very nice, large hiking backpack. The company's name is Raveler. I don't know if that's a popular hiking backpack company. The bag itself is, as far as bags go, is a little bit heavy, but as you can see, maybe it was $40, so a little hefty on the price. That one hurt some. but let's take our parang here, and we've already got a hole in the top where they were hanging it up. Let's get our bag open here. There we go. There's one side. I have not sharpened this yet, and it's pretty obvious. This is not a very sharp parang, but it will be. So let's get it out of the package. Okay, so we've got a fairly nice, fairly significant looking backpacking backpack. There does appear to be a chest strap on this, so like it'll help you keep it up. There's a big brain on the top of it, so so you can put like smaller items that you might use more often up here, and then like bigger items that you won't use as regular, you can stuff down in the bottom. Always when you're loading a backpack for any reason in the outdoors, load the thing you're going to use the least at the bottom. Because say I were to load, I'm going to load this parang in the very bottom of this. If I need this, that means I have to take everything out that's on top of it. In the reverse though, if I put this on top, it's right there, boom, ready to go. And say something like my sleeping bag, which is down here. If I don't need that until the very last, because it's like, you know, I'm not going to bed until many hours after I set up camp, that can be in the bottom of my bag, and it can just be chilling there. You know, who cares? It's at the bottom. By the time I go to bed, I probably will have everything strode out anyway. But this is pretty sweet. It's got buckles and stuff. Oh, it's got a whistle on this one. Let's see if the whistle works. Sorry for those wearing earphones. Yes, whistle works. Does it have anything? Nope. Doesn't have like a fire starter or anything. This is really cool. What's this? What is this? Oh! This is like a rain cover. Like if it's raining. That is cool. So like if it's raining, you can cover your entire bag with that. And when it's not, of course, you can just get it all together and cram it back down in this hole, if I can get myself right. And you just cram it back in the bottom until you need it. That is cool. This could probably be its own video, to be just honest. But now that I've got that cram back in there, gray, made in China. What's not made in China nowadays? Huh, I guess I could answer that. This griddle. But let's look a little more. Let's undo our snaps. Wow, this has buckles everywhere. Buckles and stuff. Oh, all right, guys. So I'm beginning to ramble a little bit because I've got new stuff around me and I'm a little bit excited. But I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff into this bag and get ready to go on my excursion. Not sure when I'm going to do this, but whenever it is, you'll be there with me. So as far as for right now, I guess I'll see you the next time I see you. All right, guys, so I have an update. So the rod that you just saw in the previous clip, I took that rod back to the store with my receipt, and they, no problems, immediately took it back. Sorry for giving you a bad product. Here's your money. And they kept the receipt. That way, if at the end of the year they said they can get money back for getting an imperfect product, that's fine. Everything else appears like it's going to work just fine. But I was like, I still kind of want a fishing rod. So I decided to look some more because it's a new day. They put out new products on the regular. And, you know, I'm not perfect. I could miss something, and I did. I missed this. So this looks like nothing. There's not a outward appearance that says fishing rod. But same price as the last one, $25. And I was like, we're gonna look this over. So opened it up. I've already opened it and took all the plastic off. Everything was in plastic. That way we could kind of move through the video. But everything appeared to be brand new, never been used. We've got a spinning reel here. You know, nothing super special. It's a travel reel. So you just snap this handle to one side and then it'll snap out. Seems like it's pretty good shape. Says that it is a 5-to-1. That's about standard for one of these style things. Now, everything's in millimeters, so I don't really know. I don't know what that means as far as pounds, because I'm from Kentucky and I do well to know what pounds mean. But it's made by a company called Dark Spider, or maybe this is the model, and maybe Debaon. That's the name. But came with reel, came with line. I have no idea what that poundage is because I don't read whatever script that is in. Came with a little box of lures, and looks like there's an inline spinner, 3/4 spoons. There's some little craw and curly-tailed jig plastics in here, a lipless crankbait, and a little jerk bait. And the jerk bait is like bright orange. Anyways, we'll look at those when we get to the pond and actually start using this stuff. And then we have this, which it is a extendo rod, also known as a telescopic rod, travel rod, however you want to put it. Now, I discovered one really neat feature. So, of course, these go out like most telescopic rods, but you can actually undo the handle, and the handle gets longer too. So you double the length on your handle, so it means you can throw it farther. And if you don't want that, you just push it up and then screw it down. I've never had such a thing, so I don't know how good it is. We'll find out whenever we fish with it. And I guess that's the next thing you're gonna see, unless I decide to make this a two-parter. And if I do, I will give you a closing momentarily. We'll see you there, wherever it is. All right, guys, so after reviewing the footage, I see that I have enough for this to be a two-parter, so that's what it's going to be. So do not worry, this is not going to be one deal where I make you wait a whole week. The first part's going to come out one day, and the very next day is going to be part 2. So you stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell so that when I post that video the next day, you know exactly when I post it. Thank you so very much for your support. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.